Good morning, it is Tuesday and this is Vlogtober episode, I think it's episode 7. So I'm starting this today on Tuesday just as I'm uploading, I've just uploaded actually episode 6, which goes live on YouTube this afternoon, Tuesday afternoon. I'm hoping this will be live on Saturday, but it depends on how much I film. So I don't know what you're going to see in this episode, but I thought I'd start, and I got a couple of things to show you before I go off and have my lunch. My hair's a bit of a mess. It looked fine this morning. Then I went out to walk the dog and I got quite warm. And then I've been packing a big parcel and lugging that around the house, trying to weigh it and things. So I'm feeling a little bit hot and a bit of a mess at the moment. But anyway, you're not here because of my beautiful looks, are you? Here for the knitting. So if you're new here, my name is Anniken. I design knitting patterns. I teach knitting workshops online and in person, and I sell yarn through my website yarnaddict.co.uk. You can find everything I talk about below this video, including links to my social media and how to sign up to my newsletter. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and feel free to leave me a comment. So it is Tuesday, nearly lunchtime, so I'm just doing a few things before I go off and have lunch. I'm going to show you something that just arrived in the post this morning. I currently have a toothache, which I've had for 2 weeks. I've got a dentist appointment to get it fixed tomorrow, but it's the tooth next to my front tooth. I take very strong painkillers, so that's been very good because it keeps the pain under control. The toothache started coming on the day before I had my last checkup 2 weeks ago tomorrow, which was very good timing. So I am very prone to toothache. I've had a lot of problems with my teeth, a lot of abscesses over the years. I'm missing quite a few teeth at the bottom, and I actually wear a partial denture. And I've got loads of crowns, I've had loads of root canals, I've had multiple teeth removed. I've got a lot of problems with my teeth. My old dentist, think is just a genetic, just bad luck. I think it's probably to do with some of the strong painkillers I've been on since I was 30 years old, which is 24 years now. But not a lot I can do about it. I look after my teeth the best I can, and I just got to deal with what I've got. Anyway, I haven't had a toothache for a while, and I went to the dentist, and I've been moved on to somebody else at the same practice because my dentist left. And this is the first time I've had an abscess where I was not offered antibiotics. So as I was leaving 2 weeks ago, I said, "Do I not need antibiotics?" And he said, "Well, do you want antibiotics?" And I said, "Well, I've always been given antibiotics before." So I was given antibiotics. I took those for however many days the course was for. It got better, and then when I stopped taking the antibiotics, it got worse. But the pain's not been unbearable. Apart from a few times when I've kind of poked it too much with my tongue and things. There's been a couple of times when it's been unbearable, but then when I've taken my painkillers, it's been fine. So not too bad, but it's a bit swollen here now. And if I press here, it hurts. So, and if I poke my tongue up above the tooth, there's a bit of a lump there. So I'm looking forward to getting it fixed. Anyway, let me show you what came in the post today. So I have, let me just find it. So my daughter's got me this pouch. I can't remember if it was my birthday last year or Mother's Day this year or something. At some point, it's a company called Elizabeth Scarlett that I've seen on Instagram, and I quite like their pouches, and they do loads of different ones. So Gasme got me this one, which is quite big. It was bigger than I thought it was. It's called the Everyday Pouch, but I use it a lot when I travel and things to put random things in that I need in my hand luggage. That, you know, just like a catch-all really. So that's actually ready because I'm getting ready to go to London. Well, I'm teaching on Friday and then I'm going straight to London. But I noticed, I didn't think pop up on Instagram a few days ago, and they were having a sale. So I had a look. So I picked up a couple of things, and they came this morning. So I will show you. So they all come in dust bags, which I think is quite nice. I keep these dust bags because they're quite good for traveling, for putting shoes in, and handbags, and just various bits of clothes. Maybe take one with you for your dirty washing when you come back from holiday, that kind of thing. So I got this one, which is, hang on, I took the label off, I kept it. Cosmetics bag. It's quite a big cosmetics bag. I don't think I will use it for cosmetics, but I thought it's quite good for use for putting things in when I travel and things. It also makes a really good project bag. especially because I think it will kind of stand, so you can open it and then stand it on the table or whatever, and I think it will stand up like that. It's more than big enough for a pair of socks if you and possibly like a small shawl, or smaller things if you knit them on circular needles. So it's quite big. So if you think about my hand, and I've got quite big hands, way too big for makeup. I don't have enough makeup to put in there, but I will be using it for other things. I really like that, and it will kind of fold flat for storage. So I really like that. And then I also got this one, which I've been looking at for a while. So a lot of Elizabeth Scala's design are nature inspired. So this one's got, is it hummingbirds? I'm not sure, birds on there. This one is the everyday pouch. This is the same size as this one, and it has my initial, happens to be the initial of my first name and my surname, and then some sea animals. So I really like that. This is the everyday pouch. Ocean alphabet. You can also choose your letter. 2% of our annual sales are donated to wildlife conservation charities. So that's very nice. So yeah, cobalt velvet everyday pouch. Again, it would make a very good project bag. You can't fit long straight needles in here, but if you knit on circulars, this would definitely be big enough for like 100-gram, even a 200-gram shawl or equivalent type of knitting. Or if you're knitting a sweater in pieces in like a 4-ply or thinner yarn, you can fit like the sleeve in here or whatever. So it's quite good for that. I don't know what I'll use it for, but I quite like them. I like pouches when I pack for holidays and things in my hand luggage. So last few holidays, couple of holidays, I've taken my Rocker backpack. I actually have a green one in a different style, and when I used it to go to, I bought it for going to Norway last January, and then I used it for going to Spain in May. And when I was in Spain, the seam along the side came undone. So I took a picture of it and sent a picture and an email to Rocker, and they replaced it, and they didn't want the original bag back. They didn't have the colour I bought, and I actually decided, even though I like the colour, I decided it probably wasn't that suitable and something a bit darker would be better. So I chose this purple one, which I really like. It's a different style, but it's the same size. Although I think it might be a fraction smaller. I don't know, but it's about the same size. So I'm using that on Friday for my workshop at the Knitting Hotel, because I'm getting the train there. So I thought if I take that and my handbag, that'll be easier to manage on the train and walking from the train up to the Knitting Hotel. And then I'm going straight from there to London. So I like pouches like this to organize stuff in and then put it in my backpack, or if I'm taking a big tote bag or something, I find these really good. And they come with a very nice dust bag. I probably keep the dust bags. They're very good for using for shoes and things, I think, when you pack. And then I got a freebie as well. So that also comes in a little dust bag, a bit of a smaller one. And the freebie is a tote bag. Black, no, I think it's supposed to be grey. It looks black to me. I think it's a charcoal, but it looks black to me. But it's got the Elizabeth Scarlet tag on it, and then it's got a bee embroidered on it. So it's just a very simple tote bag. It's not that big. Again, this will work quite well as a project bag. This was a freebie. I wouldn't have bought that one because I have loads of these kind of tote bags and I don't really need them. But I do like the fact that this one is slightly smaller than a lot of my tote bags. Might pop that in my backpack for going to London just in case. Don't know whether I'm going to need it or not, but I was thinking on the train on the way back I might pop the stuff like my knitting and things that I want for the train in there. So I might pop that straight into my backpack next to me. So that's that. Let me show you what I am going to be knitting. Okay, so I've just looked in this bag, but I put some stuff in here that was downstairs. I want to bring it upstairs with me. I'm trying to decide what to cast on. I've just finished. I haven't actually got the thing here because I moved it. But if you watch my last Vlogtober video, you'll see that I have nearly finished another colour clutch. So I'm hoping to finish putting it all together and stuff this evening, maybe. And then I need to cast on another project. So I'm swatching for my advent calendar, my Orchidean Luxury Yarn advent calendar design. I also have a couple. I'm wondering whether that's going to be a bit too big I mean, it's not going to be too big to take to London because I've just started, or will have just started it, so it'll be tiny. But I am wondering, I have a cowl that I knitted and designed a few years ago, and I knitted it in a yarn that's very, very soft, and it doesn't really have any structure, so when I put it on, it just kind of flops down. And I think I'd like to try and knit it in a yarn that has a bit more structure, so it kind of stays more upright. So I might look at that and actually cast that on, because that would be quite a good, quick, easy project, and I might even finish it. I'm taking my socks in progress, which my sock bag is downstairs, but it's not loose, it's left off my desk. But it's the second sock of this, but I need to see how far I've got on it. I don't think I've got, not even sure I finished a rib, because I can live in my handbag when we're in London, so I can knit on the tube, or if we're stopping at cafes and things, I can knit on that. I don't know whether I need to take a second skein with me in case I finish it. Depends on how tired I am on the train up to London, if I feel like knitting whatever other project I take with me, or whether I knit on the sock. But I think I'm just going to take the sock in progress and hope that's enough. I don't know whether I'm going to have a chance to visit any yarn shops while I'm in London. We're actually going up for a concert on Saturday. Vanessa and I are going to a concert. Simon is coming with us as well. So Simon and Vanessa are travelling on Friday morning, and then they're going to have the day in London, and then I will join them Friday evening, and then we're going to the concert on Saturday. It's a middle of the day matinee performance. It's an extra one they squeezed in at the O2 in Greenwich. And then on Sunday I'm hoping to get to Loop London. I'd like to go to Beautiful Knitters, but it looks like they're closed. I'm only going to be able to go Sunday or Monday, and they're closed on those 2 days. Loop is closed on Monday, but they're open on Sunday afternoon, so I'm going to try and go to Loop, but I haven't decided yet. And I would also like to go to a few other shops like Selfridges, maybe Liberty, I don't know. So I've decided, in the 5 minutes since I recorded that previous clip, I've decided that I'm going to cast on and knit another version of the Travella cow while I'm in London. Hopefully I might be able to finish it. It's a 2020 pattern. I thought it was earlier than that. Have I changed a lot since 2020? Probably. Okay, so I knitted the original in a hand-dyed merino and silk DK from Wool on the X. Apologies, my printer is doing its thing. I think I did the original 5mm needles, and as you can see, it just kind of collapses around my neck. So I think I'm going to do it on smaller needles. I don't know how much smaller. I also need to decide whether I'm going to do the small size or the large size. It's got a very interesting stitch pattern called the bunny ear decrease, so it could be a bit of fun to knit. But what I'm trying to decide is, the original was in a very pale pink colour, and I have no idea what that is. So I'm going to knit it in Monol's Uruguay Silk Blend because I sell that in my shop. Do I go for another pink colour, or do I go for a blue colour, or do I knit both? I mean, by the time this video is out, I will have decided and cast this thing on, but tell me what you think in the comments. I also did consider getting, hang on, let me just grab it. I did consider using that colour because I really like that. and it's very subtle, so it'd be fine. The fact that it's variegated. I also really like that colour, but I think that's going to be too variegated for the lace pattern. I think it might hide the lace pattern a bit. But I really like that colour. I think it's going to be one of these. I think maybe my gut says the pink one for me. I'm actually thinking about somebody else I might knit one for in this colour for Christmas. I'm not going to say who because I don't know if they watch. But my winter coat is black, and then I got purple one. So this goes with both my winter coats. So I'm thinking it's going to be this one. Okay, you'll see later on in this video. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning, and I'm out walking Alfie. I've been walking quite fast. I'm a little bit out of breath. Slow down a little bit now so I can film. I'm wearing my pink jumper, which I haven't written out the pattern yet, but I will do it. Pattern will be out probably December, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. But I really like it. So comfortable to wear. It's a perfect size, perfect length, perfect thickness, perfect colour. I'd like to knit another one. I might order some yarn when I go to Norway at Christmas, but I really like it. Anyway, out walking Alfie, and then I'm going home, having a break and a snack, and then I'm off to Pilates. That's what I like about this jumper, because today I'm wearing it with my workout leggings. The other day I was wearing them with jeans. Just really nice all-round jumper, and I love it. Probably the favourite thing I've ever knitted for myself. It's Wednesday afternoon, and I'm just getting ready to do some filming. I'm going to film my podcast. I'm wearing my favourite pink sweater. I've got a t-shirt underneath because I've been to Pilates today. So I'm wearing this with my leggings. I think I mentioned that earlier actually in the clip I filmed when I walked Alfie. I've also, I don't know whether I mentioned this. I think it might actually be in the clip that's going to be at the beginning of this Vlogtober episode. But I have an abscess here. It's actually better now. It was really bad over the weekend and on Monday, and then it's got better again. Swelling's gone down because the last, when I filmed the other day, it was quite swollen here. Still a bit swollen, but it's not as bad. But last night I lost a crown up here. So I'm now missing a crown as well, which I'm really annoyed about. So I'm hoping the dentist can pop it back in. It's fallen out quite a few times before, so I don't know. And I'm a little bit self-conscious about filming without a crown, but I don't know how visible it is. Luckily, when I talk, my teeth don't show that much, which is good because I have a problem with my teeth. Anyway, let me show you what I'm knitting before I talk about it on the podcast. So I cast this on last night. So this is the Travella cowl, but as I was knitting on it this morning, I thought this little, where is it, motif here, I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice with a little bead there? So I just added one, where is it, there, and then I just knitted a few rows back and forth on this little one just to see what it would look like once I finished a repeat, and I really like it. So I'm actually going to rip this back to the stitch edging and re-knit it and add beads. I did bring beads downstairs when I cast it on, thinking maybe I should add beads, but then I decided not to because I thought this will mainly be a project I work on the way to and from London probably, and knitting on the train, maybe adding beads will be a little bit difficult, but I thought no, it'll be fine, so I'm adding beads. So I'm going to rip this out after I record the podcast. Anyway, I'm going to record a podcast next because I want to record it and edit it today. So we'll see how that goes. I have just got to the dentist for my appointment for my root canal and hopefully to fix that crown that fell out so they can fix it. So I'm about 5 minutes early and I've decided to stay in the car for a few minutes. There's a lot of cars here today, so I'm assuming the waiting room will be quite busy. I'm also assuming because my appointment is at 4 o'clock that they're probably running late by now. So I think I'm going to sit in the car till like 2 minutes to and then go in and hope it's not too busy. Don't fancy waiting in the waiting room. I don't fancy having a root canal. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be okay. It is Thursday today and I'm going to show you what I've been knitting the last couple of days. I think, did I talk about it earlier in this video? I only edited the rest of this video earlier and I still can't remember what I talked about. But I did talk about it in the podcast, which is out on the day I'm filming this on Thursday. So I can't remember. Anyway, I did talk about it in the podcast. So I cast this on couple of days ago, which I can't remember which day it was, and I knitted till about there, I think, and then I just without beads. Then I thought, oh, I kind of fancy beads, so I ripped it out and I re-knitted it with beads. So there's only that little motif that has beads, so it has this motif and then this with rib in between. The rib gets a bit narrower after the first repeat, so I've started adding the beads, which I'm really glad I did. It's very tempting sometimes when you start knitting something, and especially because I want to repeat this 12 rows. I've done a few more rows than that, so probably like 16 rows maybe, and then I was like, maybe I should add beads, and it's very tempting to think, no, I've done all these rows and not bothered, but I ripped it back. I didn't re-knit the garter stitch edging, I just ripped back to the garter stitch, and I caught up last night, so I'm back. I'm actually a little bit ahead of where I was yesterday, so I'm glad I did because I'm much happier. I think the beads do just bring a little bit more color to it, so I'm very happy with that. The original did not have beads, so I'm going to knit on this afternoon. I got to be a bit careful I don't knit on it too much this afternoon, because if I do, I may finish it. I don't think I'm going to finish it tonight, but I don't want to finish it before I leave for London tomorrow evening. So, because I want to knit on this on the train. So the knitting time I'm going to have while I'm away is on the train tomorrow to Dawlish. That's about an hour and a half on the train because it stops at every station between here and Dawlish. Then I'm teaching all day, so I won't be able to knit all day. And then I'm getting the train in the evening to Exeter and then changing in Exeter for a train to London. And I kind of expect that I would probably fall asleep on that train because I will be tired after teaching all day, so I might fall asleep. I can't sleep the whole way because then I won't sleep at night, so I'm gonna have to try and stay awake for at least part of it. Depending on what the internet is like, because I'm tired, I can see myself like scrolling on Twitter and things like that, but I should have some knitting time as well. So I am a bit worried that if I knit the whole way I might finish this. So what I'm thinking is, and then on Saturday we're out all day. I've got my sock project in my bag, my handbag, which I'm going to take with me, I think. I don't know whether I'm allowed to take a knitting project into the O2. So I don't know whether I will take it with me, but on Saturday, but we have quite a long ride on the tube, so it would be quite good to be able to do a bit of knitting. And then on Saturday evening, I think we're going to try and get back to the hotel in time to watch Strictly Come Dancing, because I'll be tired on Saturday after teaching on Friday and all the travelling and everything. So I wouldn't mind having an early night back at the hotel to watch Strictly. So then I'll probably finish this, or I might knit on my sock. And if I knit on my sock, then I'll probably get, I guess, would be most of the leg done. Then Sunday and Monday, we're out and about in London, so I'll probably leave my sock project in my handbag, so I can knit on that when I'm on the tube. And if we stop for coffee, I don't drink coffee, but if we stop for a drink somewhere, I can knit a bit. And then it's the train ride home on Monday evening. And I know by that point I'm going to be tired after 3 days in London, but I have to be careful not to fall asleep because I am teaching on Tuesday. So I need to be able to sleep Tuesday night. So I cannot sleep on the train. So I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to run out of knitting. I did actually knit a swatch last night for this pixie yarn sweater I want to knit. I've talked about it before. It's a variety of yarns. I knitted a swatch just to check the tension and check what needle size I'd need. I might actually knit another one in a smaller needle size. And then I'm going to have to work out whether I have enough yarn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 grams. I got 2 full skeins and 3 mini skein sets. And then I have another full skein, which I wasn't going to use, but which I might use. I don't know. So, and I also don't know how to combine the different colors. So I don't know what to do, whether to re-knit the swatch, bring one of those skeins. I think it's too much planning that I need to do before I go to really have time. It's lunchtime on Thursday now, and I'm about to log off for lunch, and then after lunch I need to run some errands. I got 3 parcels I need to drop off at 2 different places. I need to get some snacks for the train tomorrow, possibly something to eat for breakfast on the train. The train I'm going to Dawlish won't have any catering on board, I don't think, because I think it's just a local train, because it stops everywhere, because the other trains we get here that go to London and up north don't stop at all the stations between here and Dawlish. I think I'm going to finish this Vlogtober video here. I had planned to try and include a little bit from tomorrow, but I think I'm going to leave that for the next one. Well, I know I'm going to leave that for the next one because I think this video is getting quite long. Apologies, so there's a lot of talk about my teeth in this video. I did go to the dentist yesterday afternoon. He was at least 10 minutes late. I think he was nearly 15 minutes late. He booked me in for an hour appointment. I think they're close. So my appointment was at 4. I looked at my watch at 4:10 and I was still in the waiting room. So it was some time after that the nurse came to get me. So I think it's closer to 4:15. And I was back out in reception at 5:10. He did my root canal and that went fine. And it's a little bit sore this morning, but I think it's not too bad, considering. And then he was supposed to do 2 fillings. Then I've also got this crown I lost a couple of days ago. He didn't do the crown and he didn't do the other 2 fillings because he said there wasn't enough time. Although I only got either 35 or 40 minutes out of my an hour allotted time. Whether they had to finish so that all the stuff can go home at 5, I don't know. But anyway, I didn't argue with them. Morning listed the frames for these clutch bags on my website. So the frames are there now. It's actually the frame I used for this one. It's the same frame I used for this one the other day. And they're on my website. So I will list those below. And I will probably list some kits for these clutch bags. This variety will be out in a few weeks. This one you can buy it. The yarn is on my website. I've got beads on my website. I got the clutch frames on my website. You can get the pattern from my Payhip and Ravelry shop. There will be some kits at some point, but I need to order more yarn, and that may take a few weeks to come. I don't know. So if you want to order it all, it's all on the website. But if you want to have a kit, then you'll have to wait a bit more. But the frames are on the website now. So if you bought the yarn and pattern for me at Yarndale, for example, or since Yarndale, and you're struggling to find the frames are on the website now. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And everything I've talked about, plus all my social media links and how to sign up to my newsletter is below this video. If you haven't watched my podcast and my previous Vlogtober videos, do check that out on my YouTube channel. And in the next video, you will hopefully see a little bit from tomorrow at the Knitting Hotel. I will try and remember to film a bit, and also a bit from London. So the next video will be out next week sometime. I'm not sure when, because we're coming back late on Monday. Then I'm teaching on Tuesdays. It may be If I can get it up for Tuesday, I will, but it may be later in the week next week for the final Vlogtober video. Depending on how much I film in London and what we do, I might split it into two. I don't know. Who knows? I'm hoping to visit Loop in London, which is a yarn shop, which I've been to for years. I can't go to Beautiful Knitters because they're not open when I can go. So, but hopefully my plan is to visit Loop on Sunday. Okay, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.